FreeMMOStation.com.
Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Skyline Shore, doing a first impression here on Storm United. This is going to be my little rant video here. I thought Storm United looked really good. I was really interested in it. I was a little bit taken back, though, about how similarly it looked to Halo. And, of course, this is a new developer using a new engine, but this is the Unreal Engine 4 engine. And I can say, you know, as a developer playing with Unreal Engine 4 myself, which also just went free. So, hey, guys, FreeMMOStation. If you guys want to make some games, Unreal Engine 4 is probably the engine to do that. And I think Storm United is a great game to actually look to see what a new indie team can make with Unreal Engine 4, because Storm United looks really polished. Okay, Unreal Engine 4 runs great and looks great, and it gives so many tools for new developers to create new things pretty easily. I mean, you can actually make games without knowing any coding whatsoever in Unreal Engine 4, and you can make like full-fledged games. But anyways, the guys over at Pixel Beam have started creating Storm United, and it's actually pretty, I guess you could say, later on in its development. It's not released yet. It still costs $20 to get into it early, but whenever it does release, I think it will be popular. Right now, though, there's like zero population. There's like literally zero people playing this game. Me, personally, I feel like game companies should maybe hire people to play their games, because if it's a multiplayer game and you want to play it and you want to get used to it, even if you want to do a first impression, or if you're just a casual person and you want to actually enjoy the game or try it out, or even help improve it, right? If you want to test it and post on the forums, it's really awkward trying to, well, do that when you're not actually against anybody, because it is a multiplayer game that's competitive. So yeah, anyways, so I said the word competitive. I think the game could have a competitive following, but I think it's probably going to be more of a casual competitive following, because it does focus on clans. Okay, it is called Storm United. There is a huge focus on clan battles, you know, the whole teamwork thing, and actually like having kind of like a guild situation here. We can have very large clans. Maybe you're gonna have some bigger teams and stuff like that. It kind of like reminds me of an MMO kind of esque. It is played in arenas, yes, but there's just a really big social focus in Storm United. Now, if that's going to translate to an esport, I'm going to be really excited, and I think it could. But I think for the most part, as a casual game, it's fun, and I think as a casual competitive game, it could totally work. But yeah, as an esport, I think it definitely could, especially considering some other arena shooters coming out recently. Okay, I played Reflex, we've got Toxic, and then we have some older arena shooters that might have a resurgence. We've got Blacklight Retribution as well as Hawken. These shooters, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the whole genre, actually, because MOBAs are kind of taking over esports. But then again, CSGO is still going well. I think a lot of people are still enjoying shooters. So either way, if you're looking at this game because it is a similar to Halo game that's coming to PC, or if you're looking at this as another competitive shooter on the PC, either way, whatever way you look at it, I think it's filling a good niche, okay? So yes, it is very much similar to Halo. Aesthetically, design-wise, mechanically, also kind of similar to Halo. Overall, yes, it looks completely borrowed from Halo, but that's a good thing, because how many games like Halo do we have on PC? Right? Blacklight Retribution was probably the closest that we had. Blacklight Retribution and Tribes Ascend, those games were kind of similar, but Storm United is truly inspired by Halo. Not in any small way. Like, really, if you look at these different classes, you could totally see the Halo design there with the Spartan design. But yeah, you do have some classes. You have 4 classes right now. Maybe we'll get more classes later on and some additional weapons, but for the most part, these classes just kind of separate the weapons that you can use. So one class can use a rocket launcher, one class can use a sniper rifle, but I believe they can all share similar secondary weapons. They might have different gadgets or grenades. Like, one might be able to use landmines and smoke grenades. The other might be able to use like EMP grenades and fragmentation grenades. But for the most part, the classes aren't as different as, say, something like Team Fortress 2, but there is still a class system. But yeah, being a shooter, you should probably talk about the guns, right? I could say that the controls for the guns, the shooting, all that good stuff, that feels really good. For an indie team, this game doesn't kind of feel like an indie game to me. It seems really good, very well polished. Maybe that's been thanks to the Unreal Engine 4, but either way, this seems like a passion work. This seems like a work of passion and love, and these guys are making it feel really good. So if you are someone who really likes tight aim, tight controls, but at the same time, you like a big spectacle and all that good stuff, these are the kind of weapons and guns that you're going to enjoy. And, well, pretty much that's why we play arena shooters, you know, with the big lasers and explosions and all that good stuff. If you wanted modern military, well, those games exist, but Storm United, I think, is going to be the icing on the cake for the kind of aesthetic that we want here. But on a note on specific physics with the weapons, I can say that they're pretty unique. I mean, you're not going to have the, I guess you could say, the uniquity that Halo has, because every weapon in Halo acts totally different. You know, very, very different weapons, especially the power weapons. In this game, in Storm United, you don't exactly have like power weapons, but it's more like every weapon kind of has its own unique bullet physics, and especially because it is sci-fi, you have a larger variation than what you would have in CSGO. But there is like that variation. Every weapon needs to be mastered, and it is interesting, but it's more like Call of Duty than Halo, because Call of Duty is like you have a weapon and then like 5 variations of that weapon, and then you have different types of weapons. So you have like 3 different kind of rocket launchers, and you have like 5 million different kind of SMGs. Storm United is a blend between Call of Duty and Halo, and that's really more in respect to not just the weapons, but like, you know, overall arcing gameplay. Halo was more about, I guess, objective-based gameplay. It was bigger maps, more unique, I guess, map design, you know, especially with the vehicles. Now, Storm United is going to have vehicles. It's not going to have the number of vehicles, though. It's not going to have the map support for as many vehicles. It's not going to be like that big team battle brawling that you would have in Halo with all of its epic, I guess you could say, objective gameplay. Storm United is going to be more focused on true arena gameplay, kind of like Call of Duty. Yeah, you are going to still have objectives, and yes, you are going to have, I guess you could say, vehicles, which is really cool. A lot of arena shooters don't have vehicles, but still, it's not going to be Halo. This is a Halo-similar game, but at the same time, it's also borrowing from other arena shooters and making it its own unique game with its own unique game feel. But that's pretty much all I have to say about Storm United. It seems like a fun game. I really want to see a higher population here on the servers, and I like the focus that the game has. And overall, its aesthetic is amazing, and yes, it plays really good. Seriously, if more people played this game, I could definitely see it being competitive. It's freaking solid. That's all I can really say. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Skylin Shore with FreeMMOStation. Storm United looks like a good game. Keep your eye out for it.